Greetings everyone. So the title of this video is Psychotherapy Going Backwards. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I just wanted to pontificate a little bit on a trend that I've been noticing. I may be the only one. This is just my opinion, and we'll just see where this goes. There seems to be a desire for so many therapists, particularly younger therapists that I do a lot of consulting with and training, that feel that they have to utilize older ideas that the only way that you can help people is to go and spend all your time working on things negative that have happened in the past, spending time to express emotions that are still there, untie the way they think about those situations, and just kind of spending way too much time in the past. Now, I think the idea that we clear up our past baggage is very important, and if it's where our clients want to go or discuss and to have some sense of understanding about things, we certainly need to honor that and maybe explore some. But I'm noticing that a lot of therapists, particularly those newer therapists coming out of grad school that I'm talking with, and again, this is anecdotal, this isn't data driven, I'm just giving you my opinion. I notice a lot of them are starting to think that the only way you can help people is to spend the bulk of the time focusing on the etiology of where the problem happened, why the problem happened, how the people feel about how the problem happened, why it happens, all those kind of things. And again, that doesn't mean we should never talk about, etiology. But what I'm finding is a lot of the therapy applications, a lot of new therapy styles coming out to where you have to go into the past and deal with different parts of the past, different family structures. Everything is related to childhood attachment and those kind of things. I think we get sometimes maybe too locked in the idea that that's the only place where change can happen. Because the reality is change can only happen in the present. And when we focus on a present and a future focus, connecting people to things that help them now will help them in the future. Spending too much time going back to some of these old ideas that are kind of given to us as if they're brand new, originating with more the idea that the only way a person can heal and transform themselves is to have insight and understanding about why they are the way they are. I'm very skeptical that is the way to help people transform, because in my experience, it's not a bad thing to have those aspects in therapy, but when that's the focus of therapy, that's all that happens, is a quest for understanding and insight. I can completely understand why I have anxiety, why I have depression, etc., etc., but if I'm the client, that's not helping me now. So the importance for me is helping my clients co-create a new future. So getting out of past-oriented, pathological-oriented therapy into present and into a future way of interacting with the world is most important. Certainly, our past may have given us certain patterns of interaction that we're putting in practice today. But just today, getting some action-oriented things to alter those patterns creates new possibilities for the future. It seems very simple, not easy, but it is simple in the idea that too much time spent ruminating on a problem only gives you too much time spent ruminating on a problem. The focus of our therapy, if it's on what's wrong, particularly past-oriented what's wrong, will oftentimes get us stuck. And for a lot of people, they may say, no, I have to go in and do this, and I get good results with my clients. That's fine. That's fine. And I hope you do. And I hope you continue to help make the world a better place with what you're doing. I'm just kind of pointing out that maybe we need to go back to the ideas of some brief therapy, where people are much stronger, more resilient, and capable than we think, and aligning them to those strengths and resources that they need in the present, and then monitoring and goal setting and focusing on them in the future, getting them to where they need to be in the future, might yield better outcomes. But again, your client comes in, he or she or they need to tell their story. And to sit them down in the first session and ignore the past, I'm not saying that. I'm saying honor their story, but don't get stuck in their story. Don't try to make their story about what happened to them the focus of therapy. Help them find their voice to design their future. The old couch where you sit and you go for years trying to have insight when you do a free associate and all of that, if that's what some people need, so be it. But with time so limited, just saying, maybe we need to be careful that we're not going backwards into the past to where we get stuck in all kinds of ideas about how things are only healed by sitting in them for long periods of time and not really giving people hope. Because that's what they need, is hope that things can be different. The best way to give them hope is give them an experience, a new experience in the present, move them to the future. I think it was Dr. Milton Erickson who said that insight only comes from experience. And a lot of the young folks I've seen lately, they're being taught, unfortunately, that it's the other way around. Get your client doing something different and then utilize what they're doing to create that new future. Honor the past, but move forward, sometimes as quickly as you can. Anyway, that's just my opinion, anecdotal, but it's there. And got any questions, comments, let me know. Keep going. Have a fantastic day. Thanks for watching.